Just want to welcome everyone to the Stacey A. Cross podcast show. Whether you're listening now or later, it is always the perfect time. I am Stacey A. Cross, and there is no E in my name. Are you a comfort killer? Where are my comfort killers? Let's go. Welcome to the Stacey A. Cross show. My mission in life is to teach millions how to get uncomfortable, think better, act better, and live better. Think, act, and live. Think, act, and live. Health, wealth, and happiness. The entire scope of life. It's all about self-improvement for me. It's all about personal development for me. It's taking it back to the roots to design your day, design your life, design your purpose, and everything that's in it has to benefit your growth on your journey to success. Now, success is not a destination. It is an everyday, every moment, every minute, second. You woke up today. You're alive. I'm happy that you're here. Thank you for making it here. I am. Now, today is a huge day. Yesterday was a huge day. Before I speak about today, let's talk about yesterday. Just for a little bit, I went ahead and got some headshots done, took some stills with a professional photographer here in Philadelphia. Why is it important? It's important for your personal brand to make a staple imagery all across the networks online. So if you haven't done that already, I know you have your phone. Do it with your phone. I know the iPhone X, those pictures on that bad boy looks like a professional photographer. But I would love if you invest in a professional photographer so that you can help the economy grow. If you want to invest in yourself and your business, that means you're investing in someone else in their business. Because in order for your business to expand, you gotta open those fists. You gotta give, baby. You gotta invest. Whether you're investing time, resources, money, it's all the same game. Now, at some point, you want to make them believe. That's a book by Dan Kennedy. That's a book that I'm staring at right now because the book is real. The book is about how one of America's legendary rogues marketed the goat testicle solution and made millions. Wasn't even a real doctor, called Dr. J.R. Brinkley, but he used these marketing techniques that made people open up their wallets, healthy persuasion, got tons of testimonies, and made them believe. But we're not talking about goat testicles today. What I'm talking about is you need some professional headshots done and put it across your entire social media. So check out my Twitter, check out my Instagram, check out my LinkedIn, check out my Facebook. I've updated, I've rearranged, and I've made it for 2018 to put the staple on it because I am invested in my brand. I am invested in my products. I am invested in other people. I am invested in myself. So that's number one. So take the time out and go get some professional stuff done for you and your business. And at the rate it is, very cost effective to get these things done now. And it helps you get out of the house, meet new people, talk about your business, talk about your brand, talk about where you're going, talk about your goals. That brings me to today. Now today, I checked out a co-working space here in Manayunk, Philadelphia. Now, my apartment is beautiful, right? I have an office downstairs that I use. It's a conference room that I use all the time. You book it, you use it, no worries. Why did I go check out this co-working space? Well, I wanted to be around like-minded individuals that have built their business. They're building their business, and they have this entrepreneurial mindset. Within that entrepreneurial mindset comes a set of principles that one must follow, and that's taking care of their mind, their body, their money, their spiritual. Now, let me give you these categories: health, wealth, and happiness. That's the entire scope of life. That's the basis of self-improvement. That's what I self-improve. Health, wealth, and happiness. Under the health category, we have stamina, strength, optimism, being positive, energy, focus, sleep, homeostasis, drive, ability. Under wealth, we have passive income, investment, savings, money management, career, personal brand, products, energy, relationships. Under happiness, it's family, it's spiritual, it's social, it's love, it's personal, it's compassion, it's affection, it's giving, it's impact, it's contribution, and it's legacy. Now that, to me, is what I personally develop. If there's a leakage, if I'm not being at my best in any one of these subcategories of the entire scope of life, then I look to it and I make it better without sacrificing another part. So I don't want to sacrifice my sleep, because that right there, and I did an episode on that. If you're first time here, first of all, subscribe to this podcast. If it's your first time here, I did an episode on sleep. And with that, I talked about the 4 chronotypes of sleep. But I can't sacrifice my sleep at the benefit of passive income. Okay? It just doesn't make any sense, because the passive income it won't have any longevity, because I won't have any energy. And after a while, I won't be positive about life. Then I won't have the strength and stamina, won't have the focus, and then my homeostasis declines. My drive and ability will fall. So you see how all of these things are interconnected. So that's why I wanted to be around these entrepreneurs, get a space that benefits this entire package of delivery. Before I move any further, tonight there's a power talk. And in my power talks, we talk about self-improvement. We talk about personal development. We talk about how you could get better at any one of these points. And what I'm doing, what you're doing, what's working for you, what's working for me, what's working for Mary, what's working for Joe, what's working for Bill, what's working for Sarah, what's not working. Meditation is I got to really get back on my meditation game. Because I speak about it in my book. I've had beautiful results, gains from meditation. I know it's something that everyone needs. No matter, I'm not talking about a 3-hour meditation. I used to meditate for damn near all day, all night before I go to bed. But now I'm talking about 10, 15 minutes to yourself. Silence the mind. It's golden. And it helps you in your business and life. It helps you cope. Helps you deal. Helps you eliminate stress. Studies have shown this. You could look it up. And what about wealth? Passive income, investment, savings, money management. Now, what if I sacrifice money management? I'm not good at that. I won't get better at that. I haven't put in any attention to money management. My happiness is going to deplete, because I'm always worried. I'm always worried about, oh God, how am I going to do this? You see how all of this thing is interconnected, intertwined? And that's what self-improvement is designing a routine, designing a life that benefits all of these components. And it's the building block of your life. So you could say, oh man, I'm going to focus on this, and this one will smash out all of them. Happiness. What if I sacrifice my family to gain more wealth, to gain more health? Is that healthy? Is that healthy? I just want you to see the relationship between all of these points, and maybe something that you may be doing. I know I've done it. I've done it. And today I wanted to give you, let's see if I have it here. Hopefully I have it. I don't believe I have it on this computer here that I'm recording on, but maybe I'll do it in the next episode. So today's episode, we're going to focus on the wealth portion of it, and we're going to talk about these, and it's part 2. I remember putting out an episode, it was called The Trick to Money is Having Some. One of our listeners wrote in and she said, yes, we should definitely have a part 2 with this. And so I wanted to come through with a part 2. And this is all about those negative negative money habits or consciousness that we have. And I want you to see, first of all, recognize them, and then see what we could do to get rid of them, to eliminate them, see where they came from. I got some right here. Now ask yourself these questions, and then see where you how you fare up. Now rate yourself from 1 to 10 in each of this. Now 1 is 100% disagreement. You disagree with this statement. And 10 is you are agreeing 100% fully with this statement. You sort of agree, kind of agree. 5 is you don't know what to do. If you don't, you're neutral. You don't disagree, you don't agree. That is more likely you disagree, just in case you want to know if number 5. Okay, so here's the first one. Money is the root of all evil. 1, disagree, up to 10, total agreement. So fit in there. Just write this down. Get a pen, pad, paper. I'll wait. Write this down. Money is the root of all evil. Is it a 1 for you? Is it a 2 for you? You sort of disagree. You maybe 100% agree. Number 9. So write that down. It's more enlightened to be poor than rich. How do you feel about that? It's more enlightened to be poor than rich. Number 3, most rich people probably did something bad or dishonest to get their money. Number 4, having a lot of money will make me less spiritual or pure. Number 5, getting rich takes too much work and struggle. Do you agree with that? Where are you on the table, on the range? Number 6, having a lot of money is a big responsibility. Huge responsibility. How do you feel about that? Now, and be honest here, because you'll be unable to get to the root of what's causing your bad money habits if you fib this. It's you, it's yourself. You don't have to try to show off for anyone. This is how you feel. It's going to help you. I'm telling you. Number 7, I don't feel good enough to be rich. How do you feel about that? Do you disagree with that? Do you agree with that? 1 to 10. Number 8, realistically, chances are I'll never be rich. How do you feel about that? Do you think you'll ever be rich? Number 9, getting rich is a matter of luck or fate. Where are you on that? Do you think all rich people are lucky, or it's in their destiny to be rich? Next one, getting rich isn't for people like me. Think about that. That takes it a little deeper than who are you? You know, so do you agree with that? Do you disagree with that? Number 11, striving for wealth won't allow much time for anything else in my life. You know, if you just strive for wealth. Number 12, to be rich, you have to use people and take advantage of them. Where are you there? And number 13, if I get rich, everyone will want something from me. How do you feel about that? Do you already think, man, if I get rich, man, there goes my cousins, my 2nd, 3rd, 4th generation cousins, and they're all coming for me? How about this one? If I get rich, there are certain people in my life who won't like it, or me. Are you worried about if people will like you if you have money? If I have a lot of money, it means someone else is going to have less. That's a huge one. Be honest with that one. If I have a lot of money, it means someone else is going to have less. Where are you with that? I'll do a couple more. Rich people aren't happy. These are all negative mindsets to have around money, but I want you to be honest. It's not right to make a lot more money than my parents. You can't get rich doing exactly what you love. Trying to earn money is a hassle and a struggle. I'm a good giver, but not a good receiver. That's a big one. So make sure you're honest with that. If success comes easy, it's not worthwhile. If I become rich, that's great. If not, that's fine too. I am not a strong leader. I don't enjoy taking on responsibility. It's better to get paid for my time than strictly for my performance. I'm already quite comfortable. I don't need to push myself. Now, let me give you one that I answered, and this is what I've done in 2016. I've done this exact sheet. There are about 72 of them. And let's talk about the one that I put where I was in agreement with it. And the one that I put that I was in agreement with were a few of them. And let's do, wow, you could actually see it spot out here. So it was, I'm not very good in the area of money and finances. I put an 8 there. That means I was almost in a total agreement of this thing. And I put an 8, and if I get a lot of money, I might lose it. And I put an 8, and if I really strive for wealth and don't succeed, I'll feel like a failure. And we're going to talk about those. But I put an 8 in those. Again, I took this in 2016 at the seminar that I walked out of. And I kept this paper because it was honest. I could look back at it. I knew there was going to be one day that I could pick this paper up and see exactly what I wrote, and I wanted to give it to you today on this podcast because I walked out of that seminar and I started the company. But it's so good to look back and see some of the things that I wrote about money, and this is what you're going to be doing today in part 2 of A Trick to Money is Having Some. I knew that I was bad with money because I was a gambler, 100%. When I walked in this seminar, I was a huge gambler and nothing could stop me. In fact, I probably was thinking about going to gamble than sitting through the seminar. It was so hard for me to even sit there and be like, but the good thing about it was it wasn't good, but at the end of the day, looking back, I didn't have the money to go to the casino that day. All I had was a free seminar ticket, and I needed to go there. But I also, by taking this test, I came home and I just shoved it in a box. I didn't really look back at it till now, and I realized it's because of this thing that was happening inside of me and what I had and the negativity that I had over money. I was so negative towards money. There wasn't enough of it. There was some blockage that I had. There was some habits that I had to get over. I was mismanaging money. I didn't value it. I couldn't maintain it. I kept losing it. I had no control over it. So, of course, I had some bad blocks that was unable to let me appreciate even receiving the money. I didn't know that I could control it, or I didn't have the right mindset to know how much abundance was out there. Everything was a little bit. Oh, some for you, a little crumb for me. A lot for them, a little bit for me. And I'm being honest here. This is a problem that we have, and it starts, of course, in a young person's mind. There's a story that I always mention, and I always bring this up. And, when we were younger, I must have been about maybe 10. And my brother was 10, 11, 12, 13. My middle brother was my older brother. I have 2 older brothers, but the middle one was 13 and the other one was 16. So we're all 3 years apart. And my mom left some money on the stove. And it was summer, so it was our little, allowance money, our play money. We could do whatever we want with it. And she was going to go to work. So I went to the kitchen. She had just left outside. I went to the kitchen and I said, Santa, we call my oldest brother Santa. Santa, his name is Adrian though. Santa, this is yours. And it was like $6 or $10 or something. And then the middle brother, he had equal to Santa's or a little less, but I had the least. It was like $3 or $2 or something. And I was so upset. I was super upset. I got mad. I got mad at my mother. I felt like, why do I have to have less? Why can't I have a lot like my brothers, or at least equal to? Now, before getting into all of that, I almost got my ass whooped that day though. Before getting into all of that, I'm wondering what kind of negative connotation about money was instilled in me that day. First of all, hearing, we're almost making it, we can't pay this, I can't get that. Hearing that, plus them seeing this. And my mom's a hard worker, and I got to give credit for her. She's she's an integral part in who I am now, today. Definitely. Even though all of the things we've been through as a kid, or whatever the case may be, all the things she had to do, the struggles that she had to be in, she made me a better person. But I always sat back and wondered what kind of negative connotation around money. And of course it was, I'm worthless. My self-worth was dipped that day. And as far as being a bad money manager, controller, adversary, advisor over my money, I didn't treat them like slaves. I didn't treat it like slaves. Like, you're going to go work for me. And it was the one time where it was like, as Jamaicans, we work hard. That's what we people know us for, when you make a joke about a Jamaican and so you got 3 jobs, you got 6 jobs or whatever. So we're known to work hard. We are hardworking people. We are people of family, strength, power. But it was like there was never enough, so to speak. Money was a thing we didn't even talk about in the family. It wasn't an open conversation. It wasn't until I watched the documentary, and maybe you guys could pull this up. It was a Warren Buffett where his granddaughter or something did something, and she was totally against how they were living their life, or, their wealth concept. And it wasn't until then, it was older. I think I watched this when I was in my early 20s or probably mid 20s. And I realized that families sat down and had money conversations. And I was like, what? It was a huge news to me. Money conversations? I mean, what we're doing with our money? How much money do we have? Where our investments are in? What's our return? What's our plan for the future? What's our plan in 6 months? How we're going to pay for this? How we're going to pay for that? And everyone's included? What the hell? To me, that never happened. It was news to me. So, money, you have to have a sort of an attitude about money. And whether your attitude right now is negative, neutral, positive, you have to understand that there's a blockage if you're not receiving what you want. And again, we spoke about time the last time on the Stacey A. Cross Show. We spoke about how the manifestation period needs time to adapt or time to align with your attitude, your feeling, your actions, right? You're speaking to yourself, this self-talk. And it needs time to manifest, because we cannot just think of something as a human, because it is, of course, it's going to be very scary for us if we just thought of something and boom, it popped right in front of us. Easily could manifest $100,000 on our kitchen table at will, right? But no one thinks about when we manifest the freaking gargoyle that we're thinking about and he eats our face off. So time is definitely necessary, but it's a great thing that time is there, because then you could really analyze and get better at your attitude around money. I said on my YouTube channel that we don't ask enough. We don't ask for what we want. We don't see the value in that. We take a job, the job is minimum wage, we won't even ask for another dollar. And that's a problem. We don't even ask the universe, which benefits and supports us, for what we want. And it's a shame too, because we are supported in so many ways. We meet the right people. We sit down on the airplane. Boom, someone's there that could move our business. After a few conversations, you're like, oh wow, let's exchange numbers. Let's exchange math. That's how the universe works. You're in the right place at the right time always. And then we see, and I told, in part one, I spoke about, you see the dime on the floor, you won't pick it up, but you want $10,000. When the energy of money cannot distinguish the denomination of what that is. You just walked away from 10 grand. Looked at it, stared at it. Oh, it's ugly, it's mucky, it's brown. I seen old men, people with money, run across the street and grab that penny. Because they know it's no different from having $500,000. I want it. It's there for me. The universe left it for me. It's free. I'm going to pick it up. So it's these little attitude shifts that cause a big shift over time. Over time. Now, the more energy you put out there, the more energy surrounding marketplace, commerce, products, delivery, service, how much problems you're looking to solve, the energy will flow back. That's why I was like, when I made the mission and I created it and I said, man, I'm so passionate about personal development. It helped me so much in my life. Other people should know exactly what it is and how it could benefit them in their lives. So I made it big. My mission in life is to teach millions how to get uncomfortable. I didn't say 10 people. I didn't say 100 people. Millions. Because I know I want to solve 1 million problems. I don't want to get 1 million people closer to an elevated consciousness, awakening. Understanding that they control their lives. They control what they see. They control their money. Now going back on me and my mismanagement of the addiction. And that's why I went through my addiction, That's why I went through my addiction. Because I needed to learn the value of responsibility, the value of money, managing it. Now, every couple of days or so, I have an Excel spreadsheet in my computer and I go over my finances. I put attention to it. I know what's coming in, what's going out. And when I pay a bill now, it's different. Before, you get the car insurance bill, don't worry about it. I'll let it lapse, and then I'll just get a new insurance. That was the thing. It was like a gimmick, a scheme all the time. Back in the day for me, it was like a scheme. How long could I have this? Oh, everything is good now. The phone's off. I got to figure out a scheme to get it back on. I got to figure out another. I put so much energy in figuring out these schemes. If I had put that energy in changing my attitude and learning the value and dipping my investments in trade and commerce and being an impact in the universe, it'll be much better off. 20 years later, here I am. 20 years after mismanaging, and then all of a sudden, what do we say? Well, I want to hit it big. That's the lottery. That's gambling, okay? The difference between a gambler and who I was, an investor now, and controlling my money and believing in personal development and myself, is I have information. I have know-how. I'm educated now in myself, in how this whole thing works. And it takes that, ladies and gentlemen. It takes building and changing your attitude over time and being consistent with that. Then the universe has no choice but to give you what you want. like, oh, wow. Oh, she is solid on what she wants right now. We gotta give it to her. Here comes the consorted action of the universe. Now, this again is from, remember, I walked out the seminar, February 14th, 2016. I'm coming up on 2 years since I walked out, started the company, developed this brand, and did what I needed to do in personal development, helping millions. So I want to give you the attitudes of how you can redirect and change your mindset about wealth, about the habits. Hold on one second. Let me grab something before I jump into that. Thank you, guys. Thank you for holding. Thank you for holding. This show is so real. It's real time. I'm going to give you a few things that I highlighted for this thing. Abundance is your birthright. You don't believe that? Then I don't know what to tell you. Where does insecurity come from around money? For me, of course, it came from my life, my situation. If I need more security, what do? Do I go out there and just start humming all day long about money? No, I take care of myself. I work on myself. I sleep more, I rest more, I hang out in nature, I do nice things for myself. I awaken. The real gap is always between what you think and what you think you want and what you actually want. Once you arrive at the truth deep within, you've come home spiritually. See, money is a spiritual thing. When they say in the Bible, when this Bible was written thousands of years ago in its native language of Greek, it was converted. The money is, what did it say? Money is the root of all evil. Where did that come from? A few people just decided to make that up. Actually, the word was wealth. The first thing that you should do is go get your checkbook, write yourself a nice fat check. Payable to you and post dated. Pin the bad boy up on your fridge, board, wall, look at it. To make money, you have to deliver your energy in some form to satisfy a demand out there. And if what you are selling is energy, charisma, enthusiasm, there is no competition because most others are selling things that are lifeless. That's why your unique selling proposition for those that are in business, those that want to become entrepreneurs, is yourself. You pull yourself out of that, and all you have is a commodity that everyone else has. Action is a manifestation of power. You got to get up, get out, and get it done. It's all about creating energy. What does the person laying in bed all day get? They don't have any energy. What do they get? They get probably even more sick. What do they get? I wanted to give you resources, and this is from Stuart Wilde. Actually, he wrote The Trick to Money, is having some. In part 2 of this one, I want to give you another resource from him, and it's The Little Money Bible, and you need to grab that. I will put it in the show notes if you don't know where to get it, but I'll put it in the show notes. And make sure you know it. But let's talk about the attitudes now to change your mindset, to get to a money mindset. Instead of hating the person, and let's actually go back down the list and see how we could turn these around. First one said, money is the root of all evil. I disagree with that 100%. And of course we know through time it's the love of money. The worship actually is what it says. The worship of money is the root of all evil. Who do we worship? We worship the source that creates all abundance in the liking. God. The source. And we don't, the effect of that source is money. We don't worship the effect. It's the source and the God within us. It's more enlightened to be poor than rich. Where did you hear that from? Where are you getting that knowledge from? There's many great, spiritual, wealthy, compassionate, loving, affectionate, beautiful, impactful people in our society today that are wealthy and doing what's right. And that follows through with most people probably did something bad or dishonest to get their money. Because you watch too much fucking TV. And I'm being real. That's where you're getting that shit from. You're watching too much TV. My mentor right now, multi-millionaire. I don't even think about that. Think about the value that he provides for me. I don't even think about that. He's doing so much good in the neighborhood. These guys got legacy. These gals got legacy. These guys and gals are doing a wonderful service to humanity. That's how I think. I don't see the other side. I can't see the other side because I can only see what's in me. I can only talk upon what's inside me. If I have a problem with what I see, that means it's in me. That's how I look at it. So I am very careful with how I portray what I put out there, my attitude about, my consciousness about, because what you see in your reality, what you're getting is with you. Start saying, I am an excellent money manager. Start saying, I create my life. I create the exact amount of my financial success. Start saying, I deserve to be rich because I add value to other people's lives. Start saying, I am a generous giver and an excellent receiver. Start saying, I am truly grateful for all the money that I have now. And that was my biggest problem because I never looked around and said, wow, I'm already abundant. I'm already living in abundance. How many cells do I have? I look out the window. How many trees are there? How many leaves on the trees? So abundant. Look at all this food that I got. I'm living in one of the best countries on planet Earth. How much water is on planet Earth? The air we breathe, the beauty we see, the landscapes, great people I meet. It's changing the mindset. Always say, lucrative opportunities always comes my way. There's opportunities knocking every day. Every single day, every moment, there's another opportunity. I just met with the gentleman for the co-working space. He's talking about there's a bunch of speaking engagements that goes on. That's an opportunity. Why am I even there? See, why am I even there hearing that? Because I set myself up to accept and look for and be a part of and include myself, inclusion on all the opportunities that comes my way. How many knocked before, but I wasn't aware. I didn't see it. I couldn't see them. Say, my capacity to earn, hold, and grow money expands day by day. Say, my money works hard for me and makes me more and more money. Say, I earn enough passive income to pay for my desired lifestyle. Say, I am financially free. I work because I choose to, not because I have to. Say, I am an excellent money manager. Say, I always pay myself first. Say, I put money into my financial accounts every day. It all depends on how you look at life. How are you filtering it through? Are you filtering it through a negative binocular, a negative veil, a negative glasses, eyes, whatever? Are you viewing it negatively, or are you viewing it from a positive frame of mind? And that's why you need to come in the Power Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just write down here. That's why you need to come in the Power Talk, because this is the conversation we're having about health, wealth, and happiness, the entire scope of life. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been such a blessing being here with you today. I am Stacey A. Cross. There's no E in my name. I wanted you to tell me how you think about my little headshots that I did yesterday. I love it. I was going to put one of me just smiling, like, just a big, nice smile. But then I realized, man, I am crazy. I need energy. So boom, I put that one up there. So go check it out. And I'm going to change the cover of this podcast very shortly, just so you could see. I'm gonna put my face on it. I need to put that big, awesome face on it. And anything you do, go ahead and go get your big, awesome face too, because people need to know who you are, what you provide in this world. You need to be out loud and doing your thing on a daily basis. Come in the Power Talk. Let's chat. Want to see you there. And tonight's the first one of these Power Talks, and the link is in the description. Go ahead and share this podcast out. And if you want to send me a review, go ahead and do that. hello@thecomfortkillers.com. If you're listening to this on iTunes, you know how to leave a review. I'm pretty much across the internet on the Stacey A. Cross Show. And I would love to have you on. If you know someone I should be talking to, have you on as a guest. That's all good. Email hello@thecomfortkillers.com. I want to get inside your membrane. Let's connect. Let's interconnect. And I don't interject. I am Stacey A. Cross. There's no E in my name. I'll see you tonight inside the Power Talk. Peace.